We're going.
Yeah, start moving the ship ahead.
Do we want to go back to that 090, or do you want to just go off of?
Whatever the strike of the slope is, I think is best.
Turn here. Right about.
So Becca?
Yes.
We had a viewer saying, yay, Becca, live just a couple of minutes from Caltech.
Strike's a little bit to
any info.
the northeast, but
and I have the
I'm at
Twitter
about like
and
075.
Instagram.
Can you repeat that last part?
That this person is providing also with the Twitter and Instagram that I can give you later.
Looks like you have a friend now in
Okay, yeah.
California.
Yeah, so if you need any info and help.
All right, well, thank you.
And welcome to my hometown of Pasadena, and congratulations. That's very sweet, thank you.
Yep, most of my family's in Illinois, so it'll be quite a distance from them. So
yeah, it would be nice to have friends over there.
Looks like it's still cloudy out.
But it's not raining.
But it's not raining.
There's always a silver lining.
Oh, we do have some little creatures here.
Yeah.
Do you see that, Georgia?
Are you looking at the crinoids or?
No, the little like circular.
Those look like they could be, again, dead sponges or coral bases.
Okay.
They're the right shape. They could also be something else that's hard to tell.
Where are we looking?
Distance. On the rocks, there's like these circular white patches that are a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be the base of something, or something's died. Oh, that's a nice stalked sponge. Is that the same one from earlier?
I think it's the same one. We've been kind of sniffing around the same area.
It looks really familiar.
For a while.
Looks like that. I'm going to say this wrong, but it looks like it could be in the Rosalidae.
That was a good swap.
Group.
Okay. Is that the same sponge that we saw before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think the team up front are playing tricks on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just doing a little loop back here.
It looks like a little flower there, right?
In the back too, you can see that Venus flytrap too. So.
We'll send a little sunset for a minute or two.
Oh, yeah. So for our audience, you can check on the quad screen. You'll see how the sunset looks like in here.
All the way from American Samoa.
All the way from Ofu and Olosinga in American Samoa. It's a little cloudy. Yesterday and the day before we had amazing sunsets.
We were very spoiled with those.
Yeah. Good thing about sunsets is that they occur every day, so that's pretty awesome.
Definitely gets a bit steeper there. Oh, is that a fish there in the center? Coming down the slope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that the same fish too?
I couldn't see it.
It was probably the same kind of fish.
It looks darker.
Yeah.
But the light might not just be on it. If we could...
You want to zoom on him?
If possible, but he's moving.
He's moving pretty
Oh,
fast.
there it is. Now I see it.
Let's see if we
so he's
can
right
get
at the
him
bottom.
a little more.
You'll have to be mighty fast if you want me to zoom in on that guy.
Yeah.
A little camera shy.
He's getting...
There it is.
For me to
You
zoom
wanna
in,
go
he
ahead?
has to be on the top of the.
Yeah, if you can zoom.
Oh, backing up.
Can you
Should
get
I
in
go?
there? Yeah, go ahead.
There it is.
Interesting.
Hi.
Yeah, but
Fish or eel? Oh,
It's a
Fish.
little
fish.
guy.
It's a fish. I think it could be the
fish.
same.
Yeah.
Same cusk eel.
He's going fast.
Oh, there we go.
Hello. Hello.
He's a friend. Okay. I stand corrected. It was a.
Okay.
One.
be good practice for you over there chasing fish.
Some those puffy corals.
Hello to our followers on Lake Idaho. We're very happy to have you.
Wiggling around a bit. I was trying to see if I could see forward motion. Now I mixed up the snail trail, so messy. Can't see. I don't know. Wendy, have you been able to go ahead? You've been ahead a little
Yeah, I've been kind of just gradually working my way ahead. We're getting out of the rocky area now, so we're definitely making progress. Just taking time.
Someone remembers a time when Hercules chased a
I mean,
halibut.
your camera's down all the way, so I could probably push ahead more.
A halibut?
Yeah.
A fish?
Yep, large flatfish. I know there's,
Halibut?
yep,
It's fairly steep, I think.
a lot off
Not
of
that
Washington,
Hercules was
Oregon.
chasing a halibut once. Yeah.
They can get pretty big.
I think that's me from last year. I got a good video of chasing a halibut last year for DFO.
Claim to fame.
It's a DFO one from last year. Yeah, I think so.
That's cool.
It was good. I mean, it was mostly lucky. It was just like big and he was just flying a lot, like right speed, right angle.
So, yes, we have some information from Okeanos, and we are trying to kind of complete, or more than complete, try to complement those maps, mapping areas that are patches that were not mapped before. And both were fish, the ones that we saw, right, Georgia?
They both looked like they were fish. Yep.
Yep.
One was darker. Definitely darker, and the smaller one was darker.
Yeah.
And I think the other one was that same cusk eel. Was very curious and
Yeah.
wanted some attention.
Yeah. Do you have any idea of what kind of fish?
We are working on ID right now.
Okay, cool.
There's 240 species in the cusk eel family, so
So Becca has a
That's a lot.
might not happen during
Okay.
this watch.
Okay.
No pressure, but
Yeah. So we have a question about how does Argus steer?
Argus, like Herc has thrusters, Argus just has two. One in the front and one in the back. So we just use those thrusters to basically just change our heading. You turn them both in the same direction, I guess you can kind of move him off his line a little bit, but not very much. Argus is really heavy. So we use the winch to move Argus up and down, and we just use these two thrusters to change what direction is pointed in.
And Hercules can go
Hercules
around.
goes all around just on thrusters, so there's 6 thrusters. There's two axial ones to move back and forth and turn the vehicle heading. And there's 2 lateral thrusters to move from left to right laterally, and 2 vertical thrusters for going up and down. And those are all used at the same time based on the pilot's stick input.
And Herc can go up until 4,000 meters deep, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And Argus is good for 6,000 meters.
Oop, am I?
Yeah, you're gone
Or
off.
is it just
You're
a
off in
swell?
the rhubarb.
Well, I think you're also getting, we're getting yanked in the swell.
Yeah. Hey, well, come over.
Yeah.
You're over to the side a fair bit.
Yep. I'm coming back.
Yeah. Hello, Aiden. Nice to have you with us.
Those are big swells, though. For sure.
So we are very happy to be exploring the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. This is the first time that someone has laid eyes on this area, so it's pretty cool. We have more questions about Hercules and Argus. How are they powered?
They're powered from the ship electrically, and then Hercules runs on a hydraulic pump. So we have an electric motor that powers a hydraulic pump, and all the arms and thrusters and stuff are all hydraulics. All the power that comes down for both vehicles is stepped up to a very high voltage. So if you have a very high voltage, you don't need high amperage draw, and that allows us to keep the cable small, smaller diameter cable. So you transform the voltage up really high at the top side, and then when it gets back down to the vehicles, you transform it down again for all the power that you need, what we call hotel power, things like cameras and lights and electronics and stuff like that. And then the motor actually runs off the high voltage, so something around in the neighborhood of 2,500 volts.
So as long as the ship has electricity, they will have electricity.
Yep,
basically.
ship makes that power for us, and then then we have our system to step it up and bring it down the wire.
Is Little Herc also good for 6,000 meters?
Little Herc is 6,000 meters, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe that's also true.
100% sure. I believe he is.
So we have another question for you, Mike. Seems like you're on fire. If a fish touches the wire between Herc and Argus, would it get electrocuted?
No, because it's all properly insulated.
No, we touched that wire.
We use high voltage gloves to handle it on the deck as a precaution, but it's not, we won't get a shock from handling it.
Yeah.
There is something almost in the center of the screen.
Right now?
Yeah. I don't know if that's just part of the sand.
We can zoom in. I don't know that I see what you're looking at, but
It's kind of hard to describe when everything.
if it's near the center when we zoom, it should be
it's
well.
almost at, 3 o'clock now.
All right.
That
Want me to go?
wiggly thing?
Yeah.
Are we looking at?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something to the right center.
Sorry folks, we have made a decision to recover the vehicles. If you see something, you can do one more zoom.
I'm not sure what you guys are like looking at.
Yeah, I'm not
so
either.
I don't know what to
It's okay.
drive to
All right.
zoom in.
Whoever
Sorry.
it is, you
Right.
need to move your mic up, for
So
one thing.
you can turn around
Okay.
the right
There
way
you
to
go.
starboard, I believe.
Yes. Positive.
Yeah, and drive out under Argus.
So, Aiden, don't worry about the sharks and us. We are on the surface, on board of the Nautilus, and
just go
both
opposite you.
vehicles, Argus and
Yeah,
Hercules,
and
are
you'll see your
controlled
down camera. You
remotely.
can try and drive directly on
So
that.
they are
Just
very,
watch the
very
delta.
deep.
You don't
Yeah.
want to
We're
have it
not.
too high,
Right.
because it'll get pulled around. So you could even come up a bit closer, keep it like 15 to 20.
Okay.
You should be okay anyway.
And we're
Once
recovering.
you've made the turn, you know you're okay. And then
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Uh-huh. Right.
So we haven't seen many sharks. We have a couple times, and you're welcome to see our highlights on the previous expedition of the Nautilus. You'll see some videos of the awesome creatures that my colleagues have seen in previous expeditions, for sure. And also a sperm whale. They saw a sperm whale too. That's pretty cool. We are now retrieving the vehicles. So you're gonna be seeing the water column as we move upwards.
Do we need to like get rid of our Z bias? There, Alright. Right. Alright. Do you want a stick lock or?
all right, no more dive. Sorry.
Yeah. Due to the weather, we decided to retrieve Argus and Hercules.
Alright. Let's start coming up.
So thanks for joining us to explore a little bit of Oahu and Olosinga in the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa.
Should I kill my auto head?
Sure, yeah.
Roger. It's about what we're at here.
Thanks, Mary.
How fast can we retrieve the vehicles?
Yeah, we are coming up at 15 meters a minute, so we should be at the surface in 2 hours.
Thank you. Yeah, Bobby, we hope so too. So, in 2 hours we will have Hercules and Argus back on board, and we'll be keeping you posted on when our next dive will be. We're very excited to keep exploring the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. Good night, Aiden.
Yeah, we were already late, weren't we?
We hope to see you again very soon. We also hope we can dive again pretty soon and have you on board with us.
We were doing whole like moons, like crescent moons coming up earlier this year, and we were getting, you know, a little better than 20. Oh yeah, it was like a 200-degree swing.
Yeah, it's due to some safety. We decided to retrieve the vehicles. Oop. In the meantime, has the ship ever lost electricity? That's a question. I guess sometimes, but not very often. yeah, for audience that are interested in seeing how we retrieve the ROVs, the feed will be ready for you in a couple of hours, a little less than 2 hours. And thanks for the good wishes. We do hope the weather gets better soon.
Valeria, you got any more questions?
Of course. So, I don't know if the viewer that was watching us before is still with us, but we could say where we are from and introduce ourselves.
Where we're from or where we're currently living?
Because we have, oh, that's a good question.
Your car doesn't
Cabin
count.
10.
Well, I guess where I'm currently living is the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on when we're back in the States, probably. I don't know.
Your car doesn't count.
Well, how long would you
Don't
have
you
to
have a
sleep in your
trailer?
car for it to count as your home?
Actually, that's a good question. More and more people are moving to tiny homes, and
Tiny. You're so kind, Valeria.
you know.
Well, it is. You know, when you live out here for, like you do, for months and months at a time, it's hard to keep an apartment. And
That's,
Yeah.
why,
So-
that's why I live in my brother's basement.
Yeah.
And he gets to use my car. And I don't have to sleep in it. So I guess there's a starting point. I'm Miles Saunders, I'm the navigator, and I live in my brother's basement in Seattle.
What a catch.
What a catch you said, Georgia.
Just look at it as money saved.
Investment for the future. I like that.
It's a keeper. It's a keeper.
How many t-shirts did you have again?
What kind of t-shirt?
We'll talk later.
That's it.
Moving on.
Are we up here for that? Nautilus shirts.
Yeah. 7.
Oh, 7's good.
Oh wow, that's good. Okay, Mike. He's a very serious person.
Second.
Okay.
Okay. St. John's, Newfoundland. Currently living in my girlfriend's house.
Much more reasonable answer.
Oh no. You should.
Well,
you should-
currently living on the ship, as Miles pointed out, but generally living in my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
I'm Wendy. Why is this such a hard question for all of us? I just finished my master's at University of Rhode Island. I kind of sort of have my stuff in New York at my parents' house. When I get back from this, I'm moving to the Seattle area.
I love this game.
Yes. Awesome.
One of us.
And Mary.
Well, mine's easy. I have a house. I have a dog. I have a car that I don't live
You mean
in.
you have roots somewhere there?
I have roots.
Ooh.
I've been there for 30 years. And it's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's just outside of Nashville. And any of you guys who would like to come and crash at my place, I have a nice
Have a
guest
car
room
that you can sleep in.
and a
She has
travel trailer.
Yeah.
You can live in my travel trailer.
Oh God. Well, I am Valeria. I live in Santa Barbara, California, and after coming back. I just graduated from UCSB and the Masters of Environmental Science. And after the Nautilus, I am in the search for jobs. So I might be moving. I don't know where, nor when. But until then, I'm living in Santa Barbara. The back row now.
My go. Everyone's looking at me. Hi, Georgia. Currently live in American Samoa, but I have things in England and things in Australia. So
Do you live in your
Going
car?
faster now.
I don't have a car,
You are?
so I do
Yeah,
have
it's
a,
still speeding up like
a
20
house
meters
that
a
has
minute.
four,
Yeah.
4 walls. So you can stay whenever
Impressive.
you. I
Jealous.
know. Whew, I'm a high achiever, Miles. But yes, it is a house, and it has some of my things. 2 suitcases of my things. Becca?
Before the Nautilus, I lived in an apartment near the University of
That was a
Illinois.
past tense there.
Currently, all my stuff is either. I think it's in my room at my parents' house.
Yes.
And when I get back, I will be packing up and fitting as much stuff as I can in my car to take out with me to California.
Nice. We should road trip together.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to live up to, Mary, so.
I've gotten very good. I've condensed everything down to about 2 duffel bags.
Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
2 plastic bags. They fit on your
2 garbage bags.
2 garbage bags on the back seat.
What else would I sleep on?
Of course. Very smart person.
Minimalism is a thing.
It's very trendy, actually.
Yeah.
I've always been ahead of my time.
I knew, I knew it.
Is Rebecca back there?
Yes.
Oh.
Hello.
Please tell me you have a place to live.
Oh no, I went through this. She's in the same boat as me.
And she's moving to
How
California.
many spare rooms do you have, Mary?
Oh, that's just you. I'm sorry. She's my roommate, so I know she has a place for the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
That's cool.
I can't wait to see the viewer questions now.
Yeah. We
We
only
could do
have
the
a
homeless
we only
watch.
have a wink saying that's a lot of shirts, referring to my Miles, I guess.
7.
A lot of shirts.
So this is the 4 to 8 watch crew.
No marriage proposals for those? For
No,
one of those
no
7
marriage
shirts?
proposals.
How many shirts do you have? 7?
7. Oh,
How
very
many, how, many
jealous.
Sorry.
seats, how many seats in your car, though?
With or without the 2 bags of clothes?
Depending on the duffel
Well, you'll have to
bag.
share the shirts. So.
Welcome to the people
Just
from
joining us.
Vietnam. Just join us. We're just having fun here while we retrieve our vehicles, Argus and Hercules. But we'll be back on board in about an hour and a half. And then we will keep you posted on the next dive site and part of our adventures exploring the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. Hashtag, oh, we have a hashtag for Miles. Or no, for this watch. This is the hashtag homeless watch.
I'm
Except
telling
Mary.
you, you can all come to my house. It's a nice
Thanks,
house.
Mary.
You'll never be homeless. You can always visit me.
Aw.
Oh.
The home
Sweet.
too late crew?
Oh God. Maybe I should move. I should plan on moving, you know.
California's expensive, though.
It's super expensive. I should move somewhere cheaper.
Nashville's cheaper. Not
Yeah.
much oceanography going on there, but
Yeah, that's a sad thing. I cannot live without the ocean, I think. Well, I could do Denver. I went to visit Denver before coming here, and I really loved it.
Where?
Denver in Colorado?
Not much ocean there either.
No, not very oceany. But I really like it.
We have lakes all around Tennessee. A lot
Yeah.
of lakes.
Nice.
It's not quite the same.
I know. It looks terrible. But that's the other thing too. Like that's the more snap load that's coming off the back of the ship, the more it disrupts that, right? Tension changes so rapidly.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yes, we're retrieving both Argus and Hercules right now. So they will be on board of the Nautilus again in about an hour and a half.
Did Chris say when we might go back in? No.
No, I didn't hear anything. There was talk earlier today about moving closer to like
To shore.
somewhere with more lee.
His mic's not on. Your mic's not on. Okay. Okay.
So what was your job before the Nautilus? Okay, I want to know why they're laughing.
ROV clients are just like one of the good client he has in BC, like where he knows him all his life. It's just like, Josh, do you have to take that off your resume? What was the question? What did we do before we came here?
Yeah, before the Nautilus, before you started a job with Nautilus.
I was a student. So
Yeah, I was
my
a student for
job
the
was
few
being a
years
student.
before I was here.
I was a deep sea biology lab manager and student.
Oh, cool. Mary?
I was a teacher until I retired
Oh,
a couple of years ago.
cool.
I taught video production.
Hmm. Yeah, I was a grad student too at UCSB. Georgia?
Well, I still have a job, I hope. So I am currently the coral reef ecologist for the American Samoa government.
Nice. And Becca, I guess you were just
Yep,
The
just
same,
an
yeah.
undergrad at
Yeah,
University of Illinois.
mhm. Cool. Do we have anyone else in the back row? No?
No.
What was
Jonas.
the worst job you've ever had?
Good
What?
question.
Detasseler.
Oh,
Okay,
that
what was that?
quick.
That was
Wow.
super quick.
Do you say wrestler?
No, detasseler.
What is
so,
that?
So in Illinois, there's a lot of corn.
There's a lot of
No,
corn.
wait, you had to pull the silk out?
Yeah, so they hire high school students to wake up at 4 a.m.
What is this?
It's called detasseling, and it's like it's a very common like first job for a lot of rural.
Could
I
you
guess.
spell this, please?
Wait,
D-
how would the corn get pollinated if you...
We don't want it to be
You
pollinated,
decassel it?
so it's like a specific type of corn that they don't want it breeding, So they
Oh.
will hire kids, and we send these tractors.
Oh my goodness.
But you don't get corn unless it gets pollinated.
No, the corn is already formed.
So
It
it's-
doesn't want to make it
so
anymore.
It's
So it
already
doesn't. Yeah,
been
yeah,
pollinated.
Well, you don't
Yes.
want any more of that kind, is it?
yeah. They don't want it crossbreeding with like other corn in the area.
Okay.
So they woke you up in the middle of the night.
Well, oh yeah. Well, yeah. We had to
decastle.
like meet at a bus stop at 4 a.m. and then they drive us out to a field with the tractor. We stand in the tractor.
Did you go willingly? This is confession.
So you just you just took off the tops of the corn. Was it like a scythe blade? Just
No, it's with your hands.
Wow.
Wow.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I see why you were so fast.
That was,
responding. Yeah.
So the lucky ones stand in the tractor.
The lucky one stand in the tractor. Great.
Oh god.
Did they let you drive tractor?
No, that was like the main person. That was like an adult.
The really lucky ones.
Who just sat in the tractor and watched.
Supervisor.
Yeah.
No wonder
Wow.
you're heading to California. Well, can anyone top that?
Wow.
The silence.
Yeah. The worst job.
I was just thinking it must be California because I was just telling somebody the other day about my worst job was also when I lived in Blythe, California.
Oh.
And you had the same thing. You went out and rode on these big flatbeds being pulled by tractors, and they have like scoops on the end, and it scoops up the tomatoes from the fields on these conveyor belts. And then the conveyor belts go in front of you, and you have to size the
You gotta
tomatoes.
sort them real quick.
but it's all the other stuff that comes up on the conveyor belt: the snakes and the bugs and the rabbits and the.
The lucky
It
ones had
scoops up
gloves.
everything. So
Oh,
I didn't
no.
last long at that job.
I thought my farm job was like one of the best times,
Yeah.
but they let me drive tractors, so
You were
I guess I
lucky.
have
You
that on
were
both
happy.
of you.
Yeah.
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 Wow. I'm suddenly feeling really good about mine, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
don't think I can add to this.
I worked in the dining commons for the university.
Oh.
I managed to have fun, but it was a first job, for sure.
I totally see you having fun wherever you go.
Yeah, it was the there was a potato fight in the dishwashing room a couple times. We almost got in trouble for that.
I bet.
Almost.
Do you eat corn, Becca?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Not anymore.
Oh God. Actually, we have a viewer that says that asking Becca if you had this answer prepared ahead of time because that was just
No.
so fast. They-
It's
I
just
think we-
that vivid.
I
Just left
really
mark.
just,
Everything up here.
um, so worst job ever? I don't know.
I had some like fatherly punishments that were pretty bad, but I don't know about jobs. I had to move a pile of stones from one location in the yard to another.
Oh,
Not because they were needed, just because
you were punished.
I was in
What
trouble.
do you want to tell us?
I have no
what?
idea. I don't remember what I did. It's just not a rare occurrence.
Oh, okay. Okay. How convenient.
So you just moved piles of rocks around your backyard all the time whenever you were bad?
Yep.
This may explain
No, don't
some
move
things.
those rocks. Those are
You ever
those
heard
are
of
for mine.
thatching? Like thatching the yard? So like after winter, like all the dead grass is like piled up, and so to get the new grass to grow in the spring, you got to like rake up all the dead grass. Yeah, every spring.
Wow.
Deep raking. That was not fun.
Yeah, I certainly didn't do that. I had other types of punishments. like, for me, I never liked milk. And one of the worst punishments was having me sit it in front of a liter of milk. And I had to drink it. And for me, that was one of the most...
Sort of like the
Still.
gallon challenge?
something like that. It would be like a liter
The dairy
challenge.
challenge.
The dairy challenge. And no, I don't remember. I don't think I did it. I couldn't do it. It's just, for me, it's just so awful that I couldn't. But I was forced to drink milk as part of my punishment.
I
We
think I've
are
only
an
ever seen
eclectic
2 people
bunch.
finish the gallon challenge.
Ugh. I was born to be vegetarian.
Seems like just a terrible idea.
Most of those challenges are.
Yeah. Get the gallon challenge. No.
We have some time right now.
Oh, we have someone from Uruguay. Welcome. We're just retrieving our vehicles, Argus and Hercules. And they'll back on board in around an hour or so. And then we'll keep you posted on what our next dive spot is while we explore the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa.
Feel free to send us any questions.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you could send us questions now. We're here for you for an hour. We've been talking about
Decastling.
the homeless people on board.
There's one house between us. 2.
Yeah.
2 houses between us.
Mine's a beach shack, so let's...
Mine will be paid off this year. Woohoo!
Oh, nice. Pretty good.
Yep.
Yay.
So we do have an adult on the boat.
Just means I'm old. I've been paying on it my whole life.
Oh, we have a question about how do big swells form so deep in the water column?
Well, so the swell isn't deep, but Argus is hanging off a cable attached to the ship. So when the ship is on the surface in the swell, the whole cable moves and it moves Argus. I think that's what they're going
Yeah.
for.
That and the
Maybe.
cable acts like a bit of a spring to it, so it even exaggerates it.
Oh.
Some movement in it.
But that doesn't always affect Herc, does it?
No,
it shouldn't affect Herc at all, really. That's the main reason for having the 2-body system the way they are, unless Argus is moving a lot. Hercules usually doesn't see any of that motion unless we drive too far away from Argus.
Okay, we have a question about what hobbies do we have outside here?
Hobbies?
Uh-huh. So, I guess I can start. I love doing pottery. I started a couple months ago and I am very bad at it, but I love it. So I enjoy like practicing. I used to be a dancer, so I like dancing. And I started doing aerial silks like 6 months ago. And that was pretty awesome. That was
Aerial
pretty-
what?
Silks. So just like long, like, yeah, like clothes that you, like fabrics.
Oh, and
Like
you
silky
like
fabrics.
dance or
Yeah, yeah, you dance. Like you climb
Ah.
them and you start dancing, like circus sort of situation going on. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. Those are my hobbies.
I do woodworking in
Oh,
my
nice.
spare time.
Oh,
I make
cool.
furniture and stuff, and I got into it seriously because I have a place to do it. I not only have a house, I have a shop too.
That's awesome.
I'm totally blessed, right?
That's super cool.
Yeah. And then my other thing I'm working on in retirement
Mm-hmm.
is to go to all of the national parks.
Yes.
And so I was absolutely beside myself that I got to go to the American
Samoa,
one
yeah.
because I never ever expected to go to that one. And we went there right before we took off. About 6 or 8 of us went probably.
Yeah, I couldn't go. Yeah.
It was really cool.
That's fun.
Very informative. Learn a little bit about the islands before we took off between them. So that's what I do
cool.
in my spare time.
Mm-hmm.
I play the violin, and
Nice.
I was a swimmer, so I still kind of do that.
Nice.
Violin or fiddle?
Violin.
That's cool. Mike?
What's the question?
What are your hobbies
Oh.
when you're not at sea? Or hobbies at sea, I don't know.
I play guitar a little bit, and
Nice.
I go climbing sometimes.
Cool.
I like riding bike.
Bicycles or motorcycles?
Bicycles.
Okay.
Nice.
I used to live in Montreal and it was amazing for it. Now I moved back to Newfoundland and it is not. But try.
That's tough.
Good stuff.
It's all hills, but it's not just that. It's just horrible, horrible wind and rain, like constantly. I mean, it's just,
How are the drivers?
they're terrible. No, Montreal is good. They're used to it, right? It's all bad in St. John's
Mm-hmm.
for bicycles.
Miles?
Also, bicycles, all flavors.